Hi, my name is Anne Barrett, owner of Empowering Health, Kinesiology and Energy Healing. And I am here today to talk about the importance of breath and our breathing, because we've become a society of shallow breathers, and our breath is so important for our optimal health and well-being. Most people think it's just an automatic response, which it's what it is. Our body does breathe without us consciously thinking, but we do need to become more conscious. Our breath controls our cerebral spinal fluid and the space between our sutures and our vertebrae, and helps to calm the nervous system. So if we're breathing in a shallow way, which happens as we age and the more often that we're sitting at a desk hunched over, our rib cage doesn't have the capacity to expand to its full width. And just like any muscle, if you don't use it, you lose it. And so the muscles between the ribs become tighter and tighter and more and more restricted. And so it's important to take in a full breath to help your rib cage to expand. So one way of doing that is literally to practice breathing and stretching, and just also picturing that you can expand your lung cage really, really wide. It's what the mind can conceive, the mind can achieve. And this is one of the reasons we get stressed when we're watching scary movies, even though consciously we're aware that it is a movie, but subconsciously your mind thinks you're experiencing these stresses. So if you can imagine that you can expand your ribcage really, really wide as you're taking in a nice big breath, we're helping to expand and stretch those muscles as well. So we've got two groups, two muscles called the intercostal muscles, which overlay one another between every rib. And so these need to be working in harmony and stretching. So taking 3 nice deep breaths in helps to reset our central nervous system. So this is a great way to start your day. It's also a great way to end your day when it's time to go to sleep, and those moments that you've been overthinking, when mind keeps ticking about what it is you have to do or what's happened during the day. Again, I like to use a mindfulness technique to breathe out these thoughts and clear the mind so that you can fall to sleep really easily, and at the same time you're calming the central nervous system. So what I'd like you to imagine every night, or even when you're overthinking at any time during the day, imagine that you can actually see the breath that comes in through your nose, and that it comes in and can scoop up all those negative thoughts, and that you can breathe them out to the universe, or breathe them into a thought bubble, anything like that, anything that will carry those thoughts away for you so you don't have to worry about them anymore. And again, doing that 3 times helps greatly. And another technique I'd like to provide is called our ionization balance. And so in the air we have positive and negative ions. Positive ions is when we're involved in sitting around too much electricity, we've got the heater going all day, and it's like positives is too much electrical charge. And it's also when it's really windy outside and really hot and we start getting electric shocks from everything that we touch. That's positive ions. And often after a heat storm or a heat wave, the rain comes through, and then everything feels nice and calm and balanced again. And that's the negative ions. Water has negative ions. And so we have both these positive and negative ions going up our nasal cavity every day as we're breathing in. And an imbalance with our breathing can also affect the electrical frequency going to our brain. And this can also contribute to overwhelm and anxiety. So the technique to help balance what's going on in our nasal cavities is called yoga nidra breathing. So many of you may have actually already done this in a yoga class, because often they'll do it towards the end of a class, just to help calm everything down and also to re-energize and help you to think more clearly again. So the technique to do this is simple. Block one nostril, breathe in, Lock the other side, breathe out. Breathe in that same side. Lock the other one, breathe out. That's one cycle. So do this at least 3 to 5 times. It's also good to do this in the shower so that you're getting the negative ions from the steam, or anytime you just need clarity and energy again and focus. I think that's it for today. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out or DM me on Facebook, and you can find me online as well at www.empoweringhealth.clinic.